Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Monsters video. So in today's video, I'm back with another account review. I hope you guys do enjoy this episode, and if you do, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and get into this. Alright, guys, so this is going to be episode 27. Alright, so episode 27. I'm super excited to basically get started with this video because I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for another account review episode, so I wanted to continue this series, obviously. And also, guys, another series is coming back. It's returning, and can you guys guess what it is? Let me know in the comments down below. It's a series that I haven't done in so long. It is not going to be in this account. Actually, I feel like that just kind of gave it away. But anyways, so yeah, that whatchamacallit series is going to be coming back. You guys can let me know in the comments down below if you guys have any guesses. First player we're going to be reviewing is Mushroom, and this player is actually from Killer Legends Monsters. For those of you guys that want to have a chance to have your account reviewed in a future episode, if you want to have a chance, basically all you have to do is head over to the comments and just comment down below your profile name and your team name. That's literally it. And if you guys want to add any other comments on top, like if you want me to specifically focus on your attack team or defense team or whatever it is, just let me know in the comments down below. In the same comment, obviously. Or if you want to boost up your chance, have double the amount of chances of actually entering, all you have to do is join my Discord server. So join my Discord server. There's a channel called like MG account review, and I need you to post a screenshot of your profile in there, because what I'll do is I'll review some of you guys from the comments and also some from my Discord as well. But anyways, guys, this player has a 6.9k MP at level 70. Let's go ahead and see what we have here. So attack team, you're using a tank attacker, and I kind of forgot about this monster. Is he a denier? Oh, it's actually supporter. So supporter. Okay, you know what? This is actually not bad. You got the setup. Obviously, you know, you got yourself the supporter, attacker, and a tank. Although your tank does not need triple life, I will say this: your tank, you should only give 1 or 2 life max. You should not give triple life like this, especially that it's not a mega taunt. It does not need that. He has taunt in top, obviously. So what I would suggest is only give 1 life and then switch out 2 team speed. Or if you want, you can do 2 life and 1 team speed. Last but not least, we have Lamuna. We have this attacker with team lives, and then George Lotto. Obviously, with your attacker, I can make an exception because this monster, if I remember correctly, he actually removes a life by percentage, so he does not need attack or strength runes, basically. Maybe for like one skill, which is this one right here, or another one that he has. But anyways, this could be your denier, this could be your supporter, and you have your attacker, but you can definitely rune it better. So what I would suggest is that you need to focus on your runes on these monsters. What I would suggest doing is looking up videos on these monsters. For example, like let's say Lumuna, you could do Monster Gen's Lumuna review, and I posted reviews on most of these monsters that you see here. So if you want to take a look at, like, for example, the best skills or the best runes or whatever it is, I went ahead and basically did it in that specific video. So check out those videos of mine. I feel like that's what's actually slowing down your team here, your attack and defense. That's why you have such low percentage here, like the numbers here, 10 out of 48. You can definitely buff this up so much. I feel like most of those battles that you lost were definitely because of your runes or even relics. I'm not sure if you actually have any relics. You do have relics, okay, but I feel like relics could even be better too, obviously. But if those are the only ones you have, then that's you know, that's fine, that's acceptable. Let's see what you have here though. You have Bookkeeper Yon, okay. You have Mosklin. You can use that as a denier if you like, but I want to see if you have any good monsters here, like better ones. Looks like you don't. Okay, so that's completely fine. You can definitely work your way up though, you know what I mean? The monsters that you're currently using, you can continue using it. Another thing I would suggest is that if you want, you can actually invest in this monster because he has a Megataunt. Comparing that to Congrus, I understand that this is at 110, but if you'd like, you can always switch it up and get this monster to rank 3, invest in him, and then you can use that as your tank. If anything, you can even switch it for your defense team, so you can actually use that on your defense, you know what I mean? But anyways, guys, so that's pretty much it with in terms of monsters. Like the best ones I would suggest focusing on would be, let me see. So for you, for what you have right now, your best ones would be definitely this guy. Olan would be a pretty good attacker to continue investing in. You can continue investing in either Congrus or Koi Boy, and then Lamuna is a long-term monster that you can invest in, and maybe Shaolin, and that's about it really. I wouldn't suggest you know, investing in any of these guys. This one, he's like super outdated, but I would suggest still using him because that's one of the decent attackers you have. All right, so taking a look at your island, you do have a lot of space to play with. I see that you're even decorating, you know what I mean? You literally put a statue and you said hi here. But anyways, so you have a lot of what should I call it, a lot of space in your habitats here in your island, right? So what I would suggest is doing is actually taking advantage of it, you know what I mean? You can put these two somewhere else, like for example right here, or like one of these islands you can use, you know what I mean, to place that in there so that you can actually maximize your gold here. I actually made a couple of videos on like how to maximize your gold and how I actually decorated my island as well. I literally made a video, like a couple of parts, like I think at part 3 or part 4 series, where I actually like organized my island, and I would recommend watching that because that gives you an idea on where to like place things and stuff as well. Anyways, these things here, you know what I mean, you can keep them here. Good job. I see that you've been watching videos, or maybe that's just, you know, the way you naturally kept them. These little what should I call it, temples, you can either keep them here, or what I would suggest is actually taking advantage of these little spaces like you have right there and placing them there. Monster Vault can stay there obviously, but for the most part, you know what I mean, you don't, I still see that you're still like improving, you're still like you know what I mean, getting more mythic monsters, so it's fine for now. But later on, definitely what I would suggest is that you can divide your main island into 4 or like 3 or even 2 elements most, you know what I mean, so you can keep your water monsters, and then on another side you can do like nature or something, you know what I mean. Also invest in more gold boosts. I see that you have one here, but you definitely need another one. So for example, a nature one would be nice, like somewhere right here, and then a magic one as well for your magic monsters, because they make you a lot of gold. They help you make a lot of gold. When you do get those boosts, it's best if you actually place them near your mythic habitats and not like these guys right here. I understand you might have more monsters around here, but mythics make you more gold than those guys, so just something to kind of throw out there. But yeah, I see that you have these two unlocked. That's pretty good. You don't really have to worry about this for now, this exact island or temple right here, but these two, that's pretty good. And what I would suggest is that get this to 3 stars and then get this one to 3 stars as well. Level 8 rune, I think that is right. Yeah, level 8. So what I would suggest is actually try to get to level 10. Work your way up. For now, for the monsters, like the runes that you have on your monsters, I see that you don't have too many, like anything higher than I think level 7s. I don't think I've seen anything like level 7 or 8s. So you're fine for now, but I would suggest getting this to like a level 10 if you can. All right, real quick guys, by the way, next player we have is Donut from the JoJo's Bizarre team. But what I wanted to say was that I'm actually going to make a little bit of change to the account reviews. Okay, so usually how I do it is that I actually review like give a full account review, but then some of you guys comment down below where you're saying like focus on PvP, you know what I mean, and so what I'll do is I'll just do PvP specifically, nothing else. I won't visit your island, none of that, unless it is just a blank comment where it's just like, for example, Donut from JoJo's Bizarre team, and that's it, that's all I see. Then I'll do a full account review. Or if they say like focus on everything, you know what I mean, give me advice and everything, then I'll do it. But if you guys comment down below, like for example Donut, JoJo's Bizarre team, and then right below you say focus on PvP, then I'll just do PvP just to save time so I can do more account review in the same video. So for example, this player right here, Donut, actually commented and said PvP advice. That's literally what he said after naming his username and team name. So what I'll do, I'll give you PvP advice. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Using Just Injustice, you're using your Ural and then Superfume. This two duo is actually not bad. That's actually pretty good. They're good together. So 27k speed, 28k. So I see that you try to get it as you know, close as possible. I feel like you could get it lower than that. No, 28.1, 27 point, yeah, you can. So what I would suggest is you can even get it lower, so you can do like instead of level 5 you can do like a level 4 or level 3 speed rune. Just play around with that, and you can definitely you know, get the speed even closer than that. That's something that I've, you know, done, you know, a lot. So just something to throw out there. If you do have, I don't know if you have, but let me see, I don't see it on your profile, but if you have Albinasa, or if you have the recent Golden Legends Pass monster Kaori, I would actually replace her with those two monsters, one of them, you know what I mean. You can keep Ural here because Ural, you know, you could use a Resurrector. I personally use one, so you know, but Albinasa works better, or Kairi, one of those two guys. Malzerk you're using with this Google monster and Jazza. Okay, so you don't, See, here's the thing. I don't know. I'm not really a fan of two attackers. I personally would switch out this. I wouldn't switch out the monster, but I would switch out the runes and, you know, play out with speed or team speed for this monster. But I wouldn't really run as an attacker unless you want to make her as full attacker and then get rid of Mauser and replace it with a tank. That's something that I would suggest, but that's up to you if you want to do that. Continue investing in these two, obviously, max them out as soon as you can, and then Super Fume is not a bad monster to focus on. Same with Google, you know, you could do that one too, and then Prismatic Pandatone is not bad either. If you want, you could even do Sorceress as for your Denier, you know, for Team Wars, for example, you'd use. And that's pretty much it. Maybe Mauser too. That you know, Mauser mechanical hitter with the what you might call it, Cold Blood. It's actually not bad. So the monster has some good traits, you know what I mean, that you can definitely utilize. But that's up to you. So if I were you, I would switch out Mauser with a tank, you know, especially a Megaton, and then you can keep her as an attacker, you know, for yourself. Next player that we have here is Jeremy, and Jeremy went ahead and commented and said, "I need help on what monsters to rank up. Just got back in the game, by the way." Great, welcome back. You know what I mean? The monsters that you should actually focus on. Let's go ahead and take a look at what you have here, and I'll go ahead and let you know which monsters you can actually focus on ranking up. So your attack team, you're using UV Fusion, right, with Justin Justice and K9. Now, K9 and Justin is actually not a bad duo, although there's better, obviously, setups you can actually run instead of K9, because K9, yes, he's still usable, but there's better options, obviously. But you have Everest, you have Dark Voltic. I almost called it UV Voltic. Dark Voltic. There's no UV Voltic in Congress. Now with your defense team, again, two attackers I'm not really a fan of. So what I would suggest is getting rid of Dark Voltic and replacing it with another monster like a supporter or denier. If you do have Ural, what I would do is actually use Ural. I would suggest using Ural over Dark Voltic and replace you know, Dark Voltic with that. And then Congress, you can keep using him if you want, but there are better monsters to use than him. Like, let me see who else you actually have here. So I don't see any tanks here on your profile. Maybe if I actually visit, I can probably take a look at your monstergram. Taking a look at your monstergram, first of all, I want to see if you have any other ancestrals. Nope, you don't. Okay, so mythics. Let's go ahead and scroll down and see what you actually have here. So in terms of tanks that you can actually run, Congress looks like is your only monster. Oh wow, that's crazy. I mean, I do see Garnixel as well, but that's like an old monster, and I wouldn't really suggest, but it's up to you if you want to use. Let me see. You don't even have it maxed out, or even at least like rank 3, so you have the Megatons. So what I would suggest is you can continue using your Congress monster, obviously, as your tank, but definitely focus on another tank monster. For the monsters you should actually focus on ranking up would be, let's see, who do we have here that's actually worth it? I would say maybe Rusty Redtail. Google is a better monster, you know, for Denier, you can actually do that. Grammy's actually a really good supporter, so maybe you should actually focus on Grammy, rank this monster up, and then use this monster instead of K911, because this monster would be a better option than K9 in my opinion. And then who else do we have here? Prismatic Pandatone, you know what I mean, you can also focus on. Now don't get me wrong, I like K911 more than Grammy, but it's just that if you're duoing it with if you're pairing it up with Justin Justice, I prefer Grammy. That's just my take. But obviously K9 is still, I still want to give him credits because he's still pretty good. But anyways, let's see who else you should actually focus on. Like I said, if you want to do Congress, you can continue focusing on that, but there is better tanks. Obviously they should definitely save up your gems for Voltic Redeem. You have Voltic Redeem. Why don't you use Voltic Redeem instead of Dark Voltic? I understand Dark Voltic is like, you know, you have it at a higher level, but also take a look at, like, in terms of like stat wise, you know what I mean, this monster got released way further, you know what I mean. Like, this is part of I don't want to get it wrong, I think it's not, is it Galactic? I think it's part of Galactic, I might be wrong, or Alpine. I think it's Galactic though, this monster. So it got released a while back, and the other one was Metro. So Voltic, even though it's rank 2, focus it and see if you could actually get a rank 3 or whatever. Later on you're gonna have static cluster evasion, which is even better than what Dark Voltic has in my opinion. So yeah, and then obviously continue focus on K9 and maybe Monk Flamorg. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's honestly my take on that. The next player we have is Kaz from Mythical Tigers, and this player actually picked up from Discord. My Discord server, again, if you want to go ahead and head there, head over to the MG account review and post a screenshot of yourself, of your profile, go ahead and do so. Not yourself, your profile, that's what I meant to say. Anyways, 46k MP at level 78. Let's see what we have here. We have a tag team where you were using Oh, we're using Kari with this monster. That's awesome. And then you have this monster as your Megaton. Great. You know what? This is actually pretty good trio. I can see this working, obviously. What I would suggest, there is something I'll suggest. Let me see, 40k to 45k. What I would suggest is actually nerfing this monster's speed down to like 41 point something, or yeah, like 41k if you can, or something, or 40,600 if you can. Try to get it as close as possible to the speed so that nothing gets in between the two, you know what I mean? Yes, I understand their speed is pretty high, but nowadays we have like monsters that have like 50k speed or something, so they'll definitely get in between that. Be careful, all right? So that's a suggestion I would actually make. And then for your tank, you can continue the triple team speed, but I would suggest is you can actually do a triple team speed mutated with life, obviously. Anyways, by the way, great relic slots on those monster, on that monster right there. But anyways, what do we have here? You're using Jezza. Okay, yeah, you can do that. Then we're using Everest and Bashir. Okay, interesting. So who's the attacker? That's what I'm confused about. There's no attacker in your defense. I'm not sure if this is a mistake, but yeah, it's cool having triple ancestral, but what's the play? Who's the attacker? That's what I'm confused on. You know what I mean? So you gotta make one monster your attacker. So that could be like, for example, Everest. And then what I would suggest, if you do make him an attacker, switch out Bashir, because yeah, Bashir had his days before the nerf. He was very good until the nerf. You know what I mean? What I would suggest is actually replacing that with a tank, just like how you have a tank on your tag team like him. Another tank that you have that's really good or good enough, you can actually place in between instead of Bashir. Monsters you should focus on would be these three for sure, and then you can focus on either him or even Gerfania. And since you already have this maxed out, that's pretty good. What is he? He's a taunt? Oh, then why don't you use a taunt here? You have a taunt. Why don't you use him instead of Bashir? Yeah, well, that's what I was actually suggest. And then obviously do better job with the runes, given better runes, obviously. You do have him, and he is a denier, it seems like. Okay. And then who else do we have here? We have Dosi Gomi. Okay, it's whatever. Definitely focus on him though. Get him maxed out. Let's see who else do we have. I'm actually gonna do a review on this monster very soon. Not sure if he's good or not. But what do we have here? Cookie Sama from Team Race, if I'm not mistaken. And then we have this taunt with artifact. That's quite interesting if you want to invest in that. Those two traits are actually pretty good together. And then the remaining, not really. You're gonna look at your island. I already see that's actually organized pretty well. Like you have all your fire boosts together, your light. You basically split this island into two, which I actually like, but I feel like you can actually utilize more space here. Like for example, this light temple, yes, it's cool to have it there, but it's just taken up a lot of space. So what I would suggest is actually moving that and placing it in this mini island, or this mini island if you have some space there, or any of the other little ones, you know what I mean? So that's for sure. That's something that I would actually suggest. And then you can place in another mythic habitat. It's cool that you have it like this, like a little square, but trust me, you're missing out on gold, you know what I mean? And you can keep that there if you want, or even if when you remove this, you can place in your like breeding guardian or some, or breeding temple, or whatever it is it's called, the breeding fountain. You can actually place it there because you have it all the way over here, you know what I mean? So you can just keep it there if you want. For the most part, it looks pretty good though. And then this right here, I see that you don't have all your food temples, so you got to get building, man. You got to place the remaining food temples, so the food farms, so you can actually get those all lined up and everything, because right now you're missing like a couple if I'm not mistaken, unless you probably place them somewhere else, which I hope you didn't. But anyways, so all your metal monsters are together. That's pretty good. Your water monsters are also there. Again, move this somewhere else. You're literally missing out on like a habitat or two. For sure. But anyways, magical monsters, now this is placed well. I like this. The way you did this is actually good. Good job. Your dark monsters, this is good, but I don't know if you can actually place one right there. I might be right or wrong, I'm not sure. But again, another habitat could be here instead of that, you know what I mean? Because later on, trust me, you're gonna run out of space and you're gonna be like, man, I wish I had more space. And then you're gonna be forced to remove. So you're either gonna move it right now or you're gonna be doing it later on. Just saying. So these are all random, obviously, so keep them the way it is until eventually you have to make, room, and you actually will utilize it. Same with this island, I can already tell. Level 11, that's actually pretty good for your level 78. That's actually very good. Good job. And oh my goodness, what's going on? You you didn't repair this, but you repaired these two? This is actually my first time seeing this. No one has ever done this before. What the heck? What is this? Look at this, guys. We have, okay, so we have these two active already and they're built, but this one isn't. What? That's crazy. I've never seen this before. Okay, so anyways, what I'm suggesting is actually focusing on that, because this is one of the most important temples and you will use it so much in the future. Maybe you're not using it right now, but trust me, you're going to use it quite a lot in the future. So definitely something to kind of repair and build up. Anyways, guys, this is gonna wrap it up for today's Monster Jones account review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Anyways, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.